Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you guys how to optimize for the set files using the GenesisFX EA in MetaTrader 5. So first off, you're going to open your MetaTrader 5, so I have it opened up, and then you want to install the EA, which we teach you in the Google Drive. And then after that, you want to click on the MetaTrader tab and then click on Control R or open up the strategy tester. So now you can see that on the bottom left, on the bottom here, we have the strategy tester. So I'm just going to double click and open that. Then you just want to click on the GenesisFX tab. So you want to load the GenesisFX EA. And then for this example, I'm going to use GBP USD on the 15-minute time frame. And for the test date, I'm going to choose the entire year of 2023. So it's from the 1st of January all the way to today, which is 8th of November. And for the forward period, I'm going to choose 1/3. And for delay, I'm going to choose 100 milliseconds, but you can choose whatever delay you have. So for example, if I click on the bottom right here, so for this VPS, it has a delay of 78 milliseconds. But overall, it doesn't make that much of a difference. So personally, I use copy trading from the master account to the slave account. So overall, that adds up to around 100 milliseconds. Then for modeling, you want to make sure that you have every tick based on real ticks, as well as that profit in pips for faster calculations is not checked. Next, you want to make sure your deposit is set to the right amount. So for example, I'm testing for a $10,000 USD account with a 1 to 100 leverage. And finally here, you want to make sure that you have complex criterion max selected out of all of these different options, as well as fast genetic based algorithm. So if you guys don't want to do all of this adjustments, you can just right click and load the setting. And when you click load, you can just drag the OPT file that we have on our Google Drive into the window and click open, and it'll adjust all of the settings for you, as well as all of the inputs tab. So in the inputs tab, it will have all of these already done for you already. So all you have to do is change the lot size. So for example, if I have a starting lot size of 0.04, I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm not going to optimize the lot size as I can adjust that later. So for all of these other settings, it'll already be done for you, and all you need to do is just click on start. So I'm going to go and start the optimization right now, and I'm going to click on start on the bottom right hand corner. So once the optimization has finished, you will see the screen. So basically what you'll have here is that you'll see 4 results. So what this means is that it has finished the back testing as well as the forward testing. So from here, we would want to find the best sets, and then we will put those sets onto our live account or demo account. So in order to find these sets, we want to find sets that have a very high forward value and a very high backtesting value. So ideally, in an ideal world, both of these values would be 99.99. This set here is that we have both of the forward set and the backtest results are both 99.99. So in order to run this set, all we have to do is either double click it or right click and click run single test. So right now it is running the set file against our account size, which is 10,000 during the entire testing period, which is the 1st of January 2023 all the way to today's date, which is the 8th of November. So throughout the middle, there will be a split in the balance. That means that the back testing period has ended and it will switch to the forward testing. So over here, we have a balance reset. This is when the back test has finished. And from here, we'll look at the forward testing. Okay, so now that both the back test and the forward test has been completed, we can now look at the results. So first, we'll look over the back test. And click this button here, and then we can see the backtest results. So over the backtesting period, it has made a total of $1,170 with a max drawdown of $196, which is roughly about 2%. And we have all the data here, but usually I don't look over this. Sometimes looking at the max holding time is useful, as well as the Sharpe ratio. And we have the forward test, and has made a total of $600 with a drawdown of $100. And so in order to save this set, guys, all you have to do is click on the inputs tab, and then right click and click save, and then you can save it to or name it whatever you want and then save it there, and you can load it onto your set when you attach the EA to your chart. So in order to, let's say, increase the profits, because in my opinion the drawdown is quite low and we can up the profit as well as the drawdown. So in order to do that, we click on the inputs, and then let's increase the lot size to around 1.15, and we can rerun this test. Okay, so now that the second test has been completed, we can look back at the same tab. So we would click over the backtest tab. You can see that we went from a profit of about 1,000 something to almost $2,000 in profit. But the drawdown has increased from about 2% to just over 3%. The same here, if we look at the forward tab, we can see that the profit has increased from $600 to over $1,000, and that the drawdown has increased only slightly. So I'm going to save this set using my naming system. So I'm going to name it GBP USD 10K M15 set 1. So let's look at a few more sets. and we can look at this one here above. And the test has been completed, so let's look at the back test data. It has made over $800 with a drawdown of $180, and in the forward tab it has made over $400 with a drawdown of $88. So once again, I think that we can scale this up into a larger lot size. So I want to use a 0.13 lot size here because as the EA adds more positions to the chart, the lot sizes will increase, which means that over time it will take a greater toll on your margin. So you want to keep that in mind, that you don't start off with a lot size that is too big. So we can see that the profits has increased to 1,230 with a very good drawdown of roughly over 2%. And in the forward tab, we made $600 in profit and had a drawdown of $116. So once again, I'm going to save this set to the terminal. I'm just change this to set number 2. And then we're going to look at a few more sets. So this set here, comma I, where both of these are 99.9. So the back test is finished. So let's look at that first. So in the back test, it has made over $3,700 with a drawdown of $800 at its maximum point. By the way, guys, this 6.11% here, I would usually ignore this and just look at the dollar amount because this 6.11% value is relative to your overall account size. So for example, if your account grows from 10K to 20K, this $800 is not equal to 6.11%. So I'll just recommend you guys to just look at the dollar amount here, or rather than looking at the percentage value over here. So in the forward tab, it's made over $1,500 with a maximum drawdown of $320, with a maximum drawdown of $324. So I think this set looks pretty acceptable, and the drawdown curve looks very good as well, very nice and steady. So I'm going to save this set into my MetaTrader. So just now I showed you guys how to find sets using the 9999 method, but there are other methods to search for sets. For example, you can sort by max profit. So if you click on the profit tab and let's sort these out from descending order, you can see that we can sort the sets from largest to smallest profit, and then you can sort these out from, let's say we want to look for 99.9s. So you might need to scroll down a little bit. So we have one here where there is a 99.32 and a score of 99.02. So to me personally, anything that's above 99.00 is acceptable. So I wouldn't mind running this to look at how the equity curve looks like. But because it's 99.09, I don't think that the equity curve or the backtesting equity curve would look as ideal as I would want, but we can give it a go anyways. So straight away, guys, you can see that in the backtest, we have these rather large dips in equity, which results in the lower score of the complex criterion. Personally, I don't like this set because of these areas here. So to me personally, I would not choose this set as we have much better sets that we have found already. So the next method is to sort through the Sharpe ratio. So we click on the Sharpe ratio tab here and sort by descending order. Oh, by the way, guys, if you don't see this, just right click and click on the Sharpe ratio option here and it should appear. I've sorted it in descending order, and you can see that all of these are blue, which means that all of these have made profit. And once again, we want to sort through 99.00s. So let's see over here. We have a 99.81 and a 99.6 score. We can run this, but I'm gonna first scale the lot size up because I think that from experience that it could use a bit of scaling. Okay, so the testing has been completed, and let's click on the backtest tab. So we can see that it has made a profit of $656 with a drawdown of $223. And in the forward tab, it has made a profit of $379 and a drawdown of $118. So I think that compared to the sets that we have found already throughout this video, that this set performs less well over the ones that we already have. So I'm not going to save this set. So guys, this is how you find set files for GenesisFX EA in MC5 in the strategy tester. And you guys can do this for different time frames, for example in the M1, M5, M15, M30, H1. I've tested all of these time frames and all of those work. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and that I answered some of your questions regarding how to find sets, and I wish you guys happy trading.